What's up, guys? What's going on? We're going to be talking about Steve Jobs today. This is another episode of What It's Like Adventures. Let's get into it, guys. Steve Jobs, a life of innovation, simplicity, and passion. Steve Jobs was one of the most influential figures in modern technology. As the co-founder of Apple Incorporated, he revolutionized personal computing, music, and mobile phones. With products like Macintosh, iPod, iPhone. But beyond his business genius, Jobs lived a life full of contrasts, a rebellious kid who became a billionaire, a spiritual seeker in a high-tech world, and a family man with a complicated heart. Born in 1955 and passing away in 2011 at age 56, Jobs left a legacy that still shapes our daily lives. In this video, we're going to explore his childhood, daily routines, path to wealth, love life, his kids, his fortune and possessions, homes, and ways he found joy. A rocky start. Childhood and early years. Steve Jobs entered the world on February 24th, 1955 in San Francisco, California. His biological parents, Joanne Schiebel, a Catholic of Swiss-German descent, and Abdul Fattah Jandali, a Syrian Muslim graduate student, gave him up for adoption because their families disapproved of the match. He was quickly adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, a working-class couple who couldn't have children on their own. Paul, a mechanist and Coast Guard veteran of American and German roots, and Clara, an accountant, promised to send Steve Jobs to college, a vow that shaped his future. The family moved around before settling in Mountain View, California, in the heart of what would become Silicon Valley. Life wasn't always easy. The Jobs family faced money troubles, with Paul working odd jobs, like selling cars. Young Steve was a bright but troubled kid. He hated school, got bullied, and even pranked teachers by putting bugs in their desks. At Crittenden Middle School, his behavior got so bad that his parents threatened to move unless he improved. They did relocate to Los Altos in 1967, landing in a better school district. In the garage of their modest home on Christ Drive, later declared a historic site as Apple's birthplace. Paul taught Steve to tinker with electronics. Steve loved watching his dad craft cabinets, not just for function but for beauty. He really wanted me to finish school because his father didn't, Jobs later said, crediting Paul's work ethic. As a teen, Steve got a summer job at Hewlett-Packard after boldly calling the CEO for parts. There he met Steve Wozniak, a brilliant engineer, 5 years older, sparking a friendship that changed the world. High school at Homestead High was a mix of rebellion and curiosity. Jobs dove into counterculture reading, Dylan Thomas experimenting with LSD, which he called a profound experience, and exploring Zen Buddhism after 1974 trip to India. He enrolled at Reed College in 1972, but dropped out after 6 months. Too restless for classes. Still, he audited a calligraphy course that later inspired Apple's elegant fonts. Broke and sleeping on friends' floors, he returned bottles for meals, a far cry from the tycoon he become. The grind daily routines of a visionary. Jobs' days were a blend of discipline and intensity. Fueling his creativity, he woke up around 6 a.m., slipping into his signature uniform, a black Issey Miak turtleneck, Levi's 501 jeans, and New Balance sneakers. This outfit, inspired by simplicity, saved decision-making energy for big ideas. Breakfast was fruit, apples, often fitting his fruitarian phase, though he later eased into vegetarianism. Wow. By 9 a.m., he'd arrive at Apple's Cupertino campus, diving into product reviews or brainstorming. Afternoons meant emails, meetings, and phone calls until 3 p.m. But Jobs hated stuffy boardrooms. He preferred walking meetings to spark ideas. Evenings wound down with family time, then personal rituals, a post-dinner walk, hot herbal tea, and meditation with music by Bob Dylan or the Beatles. Bed by 10 p.m. after spiritual reflection, Zen practices he picked up in the 1970s. This routine wasn't rigid. During crises like product launches, he'd pull all-nighters, yelling at teams until dawn. Yet it worked. Focus, walks, and mindfulness kept him sharp amid chaos. From garage to billions, building his wealth. Jobs' fortune started in a garage. In 1976, at age 21, he and Wozniak founded Apple, selling the Apple I kit for $666.66. Why that number? That's crazy. The Apple II in 1977 exploded, making Apple a $2 billion company by 1980, and Jobs a multimillionaire at 25. He took Apple public, but his ego clashed with the board. After pushing the innovative but pricey Lisa computer, he led the Macintosh team, launching it in 1984 with an iconic Super Bowl ad. Fired in 1985 at 30, Jobs felt devastated but rebounded. He sold his Apple shares, except one, for $70 million and started Next, a high-end computer firm for universities. He also bought Pixar from Lucasfilm for $5 million in 1986. Pixar struggled until Toy Story, which was made in 1995, made it a hit. Disney bought it for $7.4 billion in stock in 2006, netting Jobs $4.4 billion, and Disney and a Disney board seat. Apple bought Next in 1997 for $429 million, bringing Jobs back as an advisor. Then CEO, he slashed products bet on design and unveiled the colorful iMac in 1998. The iPod in 2001 killed Walkmans. iTunes digitized music. The iPhone in 2007 redefined phones. By 2011, Apple was the world's most valuable company. Jobs' wealth at death, about $10.2 billion, mostly 138 million Disney shares worth $7.7 billion, and a smaller Apple stake. He gave little to charity publicly, focusing on products as his philanthropy, heart and home, love life, and family. Jobs' personal world was turbulent yet tender. In the 1970s, he dated Christiane Brennan, his high school friend. Their daughter, Lisa, arrived in 1978 amid a bitter split. Jobs denied paternity at first, calling her a random encounter. A DNA test proved otherwise, and he paid support. Lisa grew up strained but reconciled later. Her 2018 memoir, Small Fry, detailed the pain. Jobs also reconnected with his biological sister, Mona Simpson, a novelist. Stability came with Laureen Powell, a Stanford MBA student he met in 1989. Smitten, he skipped a meeting for their first date. They married in 1991 at Yosemite in a Zen ceremony. With a vegan cake, Laureen grounded him. They had 3 kids, son Reed in 1991, daughters Erin in 95, and Eve in 98. Jobs was a devoted dad, taking family hikes and shielding them from fame. He vowed not to spoil them with wealth. Echoing Bill Gates, most went to Laureen's philanthropy via Emerson Collective. Fortunes, footprints, wealth, possessions, and homes. Jobs died wealthy but frugal. His $10.2 billion estate went mostly to Laureen and his kids, or with his kids getting trusts but not vast shares. He owns few luxuries, a Porsche 911, a Mercedes without plates. He ignored tickets. He just drove around with no plates and got tickets and didn't give a shit. That's funny as hell. Oh my god. And private jets for travel. Art, minimalist pieces, no yachts or mansions for show. Homes reflected his roots. He grew up in Los Altos, buying back the family house later. In 1984, he snapped up the sprawling Jackling house in Woodside for $1.7 million, a 1925 Spanish-style estate. He lived there a decade, raised kids, but hated its tacky vibe, and demolished it in 2011 after battles with preservationists. His main spot was a modern Palo Alto mansion bought in 1991 for $1.5 million, where the family still lives today. Laureen and kids remain in the Bay Area, with her adding Malibu Beach homes post-2011. like a $94 million Paradise Cove estate. Wow, she spent $94 million on an estate. Damn, she really liking that money that he gave her. Holy shit, that's crazy. Jobs never lived now, of course. Pancreatic cancer took him on October 5th, 2011, at home in Palo Alto, surrounded by family. That's too bad. Died of cancer. Shit. But yeah, she spent $94 million on an estate. He was spending like 1 point something million on each thing, and then she's dropping $94 million. You know, if he was still alive, he probably wouldn't have wanted to spend that much. Yeah, because like he was frugal, right? That's crazy. $94 million. Woo! That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, it's too bad what happened to him, man. He died at such a young age. That sucks. Alright, let's carry on. Joy in the details. What he did for fun. Amid boardrooms, Jobs craved simple joys as a kid. He swam competitively, read voraciously, Shakespeare to sci-fi, blasted rock music, and pulled pranks like exploding fireworks. Electronics were play, building radios with Woz. Adulthood added depth. Calligraphy classes for beauty's sake. Influencing Max fonts. Spirituality was his escape. A 1974 India trek seeking enlightenment led to shaved head and robes. Back home, Zen meditation calmed his intensity. He gardened organically, growing veggies for salads. His fruitarian kicks included carrot-only diets. Yo, that shit sound crazy. Yo, I think, like, carrots are, like, healthy in moderation, but, like, damn, yo. Carrot-only diet? I don't know, man. I'm really not into, like, this vegan stuff. I don't think it's really that healthy. They think it's healthy, but I think if you do it for too long, it's not good. You know, vegetables have like a defense mechanism, and it's like a toxin that they slowly release. It slowly kind of kills humans. So if you have so much of it, like, it's not good for you. And I'm not saying that that's what led to his cancer. I have no idea what would lead to pancreatic cancer. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, this vegan diet stuff, I just don't think it's that healthy. I think you need some meat in your diet. I'm not a full-on carnivore either. I'm just kind of like trying to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? With meat, fruits, vegetables, all that. Anyway, let's see here. Let's get into this. More. Family hikes in Yosemite, where he wed, recharged him. Music stayed central. iPod wasn't just business, it was personal bliss. Evenings ended with tunes and tea, pondering life's intersection of technology and liberal arts. Lasting spark. Steve Jobs wasn't perfect, fierce, secretive, sometimes cruel, but his life shows anyone can dream big from humble starts. From a adopted rebel in a garage to a icon whose gadgets connect billions, he blended heart, hustle, and wonder. Today, his family carries the torch in California homes, while his routines remind us simplicity breeds genius. Jobs once said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. He lived it, and the world is brighter for it. Well, that is it. One other thing I'd like to touch on is that Apple fired him. Like, I would like to know, like, how that went down. Like, what happened? What did he do to get fired? That's crazy. Oh man, I kind of really need to know. Let's find out, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the data on that one, and then we'll find out. How did Steve Jobs get fired from Apple? Alright, here we go. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple in 1985 due to a power struggle with the company's board and the CEO, John Sculley. Here's a concise overview of what happened. Jobs co-founded Apple in 1976 and was instrumental in its early success with products like Apple II and Macintosh. By mid-80s, Apple faced intense competition, and Macintosh, while innovative, wasn't meeting sales expectations. Conflict with Sculley. In 1983, Jobs recruited John Sculley from PepsiCo to be Apple's CEO, believing Scully's business acumen would help scale the company. However, their visions diverged. Jobs focused on innovation and product development, while Sculley emphasized operational efficiency and profitability. Internal tensions. Jobs led the Macintosh team, but his intense management style and perfectionism created friction within Apple. Meanwhile, Apple's board and Sculley grew frustrated with Jobs' unconventional approach and the Macintosh's overwhelming performance. Power struggle. By 1985, tensions escalated. Jobs attempted to oust Sculley in a boardroom coup, but board sided with Sculley. Feeling betrayed, Jobs was stripped of his operational responsibilities and effectively sidelined. You know, that's crazy. You know, he founded this company. How do you put these people in place where they have so much power that they can actually fire you from your own damn company? You know, if I ever build a big ass company, I'm sure as hell not giving anybody that power. That's crazy. It almost makes me mad. It's like, this guy fucking founded this company. These people all have fucking jobs because of this guy. Whatever. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comment section. Alright, I appreciate y'all very much. Be sure to smash up the like button, share out the video with your friends, share on social media. I appreciate y'all. So guys, check out my website, santaol.net, where you can go here and you can support my YouTube channels. You know, we got Crypto Commander, 5-minute crypto updates, what it's like adventures. Many channels here where you can support, and you can actually earn free XRP, free Sana token, and Filipina token. Those are my crypto coins. So yeah, you can earn it here, and basically, if you just simply like click here in the account section, you'd want to sign up for an account at santaol.net. Then you click here, and you can watch videos and earn entries. See, I got it all categorized here, and then like the ones that you haven't seen are gonna be like red, I guess. So you click, say, oh, I haven't seen this one yet, and you watch the video, right? And every 5 seconds, it's gonna update your Sana, and this is basically entries for the competition. We have a weekly competition. Whoever earns the most Sana gets, you know, a bunch of XRP, Sana, and Filipina. So, yeah, you can just watch videos all the time and share my videos also and earn free entries and free Sana, free crypto, free XRP, free Filipino. So, yeah, and then if you want to watch another video, just click watch next video, and then it comes back to this page, and you just click there. Also, guys, if you are a YouTuber and you want to, you know, promote your video, you can actually add the URL to your YouTube video here in this little box, and you can click buy now, and for $5 you just go to PayPal, pay $5, and basically, we will add your YouTube video to this page, and then all the peoples of SantaAll.net can support your video, and they will earn some free Santa just watching your video. It's pretty cool. So that's one thing we got, and then this is the leaderboard here, where people are competing to have the most Santa for the week, right? And this is the prizes here. I don't know if you can see, I will zoom in a little bit, but you can see first place will get 5 XRP, 10 million Santa, 10 million Filipina. Alright, and the value of Santa and Filipina are going up because I'm constantly buying. I buy like every day, so I put a little buying pressure on it. I'm not one of those pump and dumpers. I like to support the tokens that I created and, you know, keep building on them and using them, give them more use cases to make people, you know, want to have anything to do with it. So, yeah. Just showing you all that. Also, if you want to get free stocks and crypto, you just click here. Click get free stocks and crypto here at SantaAll.net. Click that, and then there's all my affiliate links right there. Bam. You know, you can get a Ledger hardware wallet to secure your crypto. Get it off the exchanges, and then you hold the keys, not the exchange. So that's you know, smart, especially if you have a lot of money in crypto. You know, and then we got Coinbase and Uphold. You know, Coinbase, I think right now actually it's like deposit, I believe $20, and you can get $30 for free crypto. And then Uphold at $100, you get $20 free. We got BitTrue and BTCC. They got similar deposit bonus deals, and Pionex, but BitTrue and BTCC have leverage trading. So if you guys want to do leverage trading, those are the ones for you. If you guys want to get Santa token or Filipina, you could get that at xpmarket.com. Go sign up at SantaAll.net. Get free XRP, free Santa, and free Filipina. Especially if you're lonely, you might want to get that one. Anyway,